What the deal, my good peoples? This is Lucky Reacts. I'm your host. You guessed it, Lucky. Appreciate having you here today. Thank you. Thank you once again for tapping in. Um, the reaction we're going to do today is a band that was super huge, super big as I know it to be. And I know this band because of, I'm an adult and who has lived life and TV, movies, film references. Whether you heard this band, you saw the logo, you saw the costumes and the makeup, you do know the band, even if you don't know the music. And technically, I'm pretty sure you know some songs. That's how big the band was. So um, we're gonna get into it, man. One thing I like to do is I like to learn my different genres, subgenres, even hard rock, classic rock, going into metal, heavy metal, and different genres, and maybe borderline glam metal, depending on what group we decide to do, or however you see this group to be also. So this is Kiss, and the song is Parasite. Let's get into it.
This one is called Parasite.
You know what? You know me. I'm going to stop it. But you know what I thought was trippy, and they talked about this in the documentary Metal, A Headbanger's Journey. They talked about how these bands that were like heavy makeup, kind of like the different kind of outfits that we would look at like a little more feminized. I think that's the way I'm using it right nowadays. That how different we looked at it back then, right? It's like if you see a guy nowadays dressed in like makeup and tight outfits and lace and leather, right? You would look at them and say like, "Oh, okay, I get it. I see what you're saying, right?" I think we would assume maybe, right? But back then it's interesting because even when what's my man name from Twisted Sister? He was talking about how they would dress like that. He would be in a full like lace stockings and a dress and makeup, and it's the whole concert full of men, right? But also the men, for the most part, I don't know, I can't speak, I wasn't there. The men wasn't necessarily looking at them like the attraction. The men was thinking like, wow, they get chicks. Like this is how you dress when you're a rock star. You dress differently as far as this genre goes. As far as the genre goes, and they got chicks. So when you see bands like Motley Crue or Poison or like these groups that were dressed like that, nobody looked at them and thought like gay. I don't think, or maybe other rockers did. I don't know. I don't know, right? But it's trippy how these guys though like to. Now, one thing I do is I know the stories. I know the artists, a lot of artists from that back then, people who worked the stages, the engineers, producers. Talking to them, they got like the most women. So something worked, right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, wait a minute, is this the actual video? I'm noticing that. I know it looks. Actually, I know they're at a concert, right? But all the little images on the screen, it's like a real video, huh? Is this the video they put out for this? I wonder. For those who remember this, is this a real video? Is this the official video? I don't know. It's cool though. Hey, you know what I want to know too? Why a group like Kiss? And I've talked about this with my friend Hayne. For those who've seen that video, why a group like Kiss? I'm talking about now in modern times. Why were they looked at like a joke? Now I'm talking about like why are they like kind of like the end of the joke, the butt of the joke? I'm sorry, because you notice like in TV and film, like I've seen you see like movies and cartoons, you see Family Guy, like you've seen different modern day um, like film and television make fun of a group called the group Kiss, right? But I mean, if you look at the concerts, the shows, the huge songs, they were a big deal, right? Like huge. So, what was like the joke? I wonder. And this is me genuinely asking because I don't know, right? I wasn't around then going to Kiss concerts, right? So I'm saying like for those who know, for people who lived through this, what was it like? Because here they filling up stadiums and selling out shows, which I heard they did, and then they were that big of a deal. Then why are they the jokes now? What makes them the jokes now? Or what makes them like the joke band or group? Or are they? Maybe TV has been making little references, but it's not really that way. That's a genuine question I have because I don't get it. When I see this, I'm like, oh, they were huge. They had big songs. They had hit records. Like they obviously had women. You hear the stories. I know the stories. You know, if you don't know no name, you know Gene Simmons. If you didn't know nothing, right? If you didn't know nothing, you know what the pause, but you know what the tongue thing represented. All the women in the crowd doing the tongue thing. You know where that came from. You know, so it was a thing. And you see the concerts, I've seen people dress up as Kiss all the time. Even in modern day, like Halloween. You see somebody dressed up as Kiss in 2025, 2026 for Halloween. So what was the joke about? I just don't get it. That part I don't get. So help me out. I like the choice. Hey, hey, totally a producer would take that break right there with my man on the drums getting off. Just take that break, slow it down, speed it up, loop it, sample that. I mean that's easily a dope beat, hip hop beat off top. Just that solo breakdown with the drums going off, that pattern, break that up, loop that up. That's dope. Hey, killing it. You know what, man? It's crazy because I paid attention to the drums so much, which is a huge part of the hip hop. So I think that's why I'm like tailor made to like my eyes and ear tune into the drums first on any of these bands I've been watching. I'm always looking at the drummer first, right? You know, the bass line is the heart of the beat. It's the heart of the music in general. Like that you need the drum, right? But since I've been in metal, since I've been checking out metal and looking at a lot of these bands, man, that guitar, man, Like the guitar and the bass and the way. Now it's all flowing. No instrument's more important than the next. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the guitar is just highlighted so beautifully in rock. You know what I mean? And it's not, it doesn't take away from the drummer because the drummer's beautifully talked about and looked at also. I just never paid attention to the guitar so much. Not that it wasn't respect. I always respected it, right? But I just, as I'm just looking at, listen to these solos and people killing it. Damn, this is a beautiful instrument. Beautiful.
Parasite lady, parasite life. Parasite lady, no need to cry. Oh yeah!
Yo, did they used to do all the interviews in makeup and costume? I always wanted that. Like, and I haven't watched enough, so I need to start watching more. But when I see bands like or like a Kiss was or like Slipknot, where they known for the mask, or Guar, and you see these other, Sleep Token, are they always doing interviews in the mask or the outfits, which is cool, right? But I wonder, are they ever like tired of it? Maybe the mystery of it is pretty cool too. Dope. I heard Sleep Token really keeps it up. I'm not sure how true that is, but I heard that they like no, they always in the people don't even know who they are. Like you know what I mean? Like mysterious. But do they ever get tired of just like walking around as the character of the band member? You know, like when they walk out their homes, are they like throwing on a mask because people know that's the guy from Slipknot? I always thought that was interesting, and I don't know. So correct me. Maybe it's like no, they just do that when it's on, when it's business, then it's uniform on. When business is not off, when it's off, they at the grocery store. They just regular humans. I don't know. So I was just asking. Yeah. So I look at that and I'm like, damn, that's dope. I like that song. Kiss is always like Kiss is. I would always see like the representative of what Kiss was. Like I said, I would see people in costumes or a cartoon or a movie or television show would reference them. And or I know everybody knows the song. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Right? We know that song. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying like I didn't know Kiss. I didn't know no other songs by Kiss, and maybe I do. I just don't I don't know them when I hear them, or I don't know is that song is Kiss song. But I knew they were a big deal, so I wondered like why are they looked at as a joke now? And maybe they not. Maybe it's a selected few or selected maybe certain kind of Americana TV show like makes fun of that. But obviously they were cool to somebody, a bunch of people, right? And would you agree that they are straddling the fence between, at one point, maybe I don't know, uh, hard rock and glam? Is that realistic to say that? Is that fair? I don't want to. I hate miss genre in somebody. You know what I mean? I don't want to miss genre nobody. So I'm saying that like I just want to get my genres right or play someone right, but under the guise of what I think glam metal is, they would fit. Maybe the sound is a little different. I don't know. That's what I'm still learning. But the looks, they would fit glam metal, I would think. But the music sounds like hard rock as far as how I understand it today. Hey man, I'm not an expert, man. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. But I did like that song. I need to get into more Kiss to see because obviously they weren't a joke at one point. They were a big deal, and I don't want to. Me being so new, I don't want to ever listen to the judgment of what America thinks about this group at one point because I might get into start listening to Kiss and then love the albums and love the music and love the songs and love the characters and love those guys. So I don't want to prejudge. I know that I like Parasite, that song I just played. Um, I love when a group, a band is in costume. I do. I think being a character is super cool, and you know we are who we are every day. So if I can jump out of that and be a character, and then entertain and be something for people, that's cool too. You know, that's cool too. You know, I like that. Everybody doesn't want to be me every day. You understand what I'm trying to say? I think you do. Anyway, man, thanks for tapping in. Um, that was Kiss Parasite. Awesome record. Dope concert. The women were obviously going crazy. And I'm sure that was a very clean version of whatever video that was, because I heard about the concerts and there was a lot that goes on you probably can't even show in the audience that be going on with a lot of ladies. Hey, just something I heard. Don't judge me. Just something I heard. Okay. But thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate y'all. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't just sit here and watch my videos. Well, you know what? You can, because I'm cool with that too. If you don't want to subscribe or you just want to watch my videos, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you're just here. But if you do, subscribe. Hang out with me. Sign up for a membership. Memberships is how I get my support. Memberships is how I save up and then I buy a new light, right? Or I buy better memory cards for memory, or better batteries, or camera, and different kind of setting. I need to buy a desk soon too when I'm able to. But that's how my membership area is for support. I'll drop exclusive stuff in there too, but my membership area is for support. So if you want to support me, I appreciate that in that kind of way. If you don't, I understand it also. But you should, because I'm cool and we can be cool, and you know this is only gonna get better as I continue to grow. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, share this with somebody, join my membership for support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. We've been rocking out together, man. This is amazing. Look forward to my next video. All my videos are coming either the next day or the day after. That's how we get down over here. I'm just talking, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Rock on.